YouTube. In today's video we're going to take a look at this behemoth of a laptop. This is a Dell Inspiron 9300. As you can see, it's really quite big. It fills up this complete table here, which is just sort of interesting. So let's just take an outside tour real quick. On the front we have two stereo speakers and a bunch of media buttons, which light up, which is quite cool. On the left, or your right hand side rather, of the laptop, here is where the hard drive is located. You can really make that out, I think. There we go. This is the hard drive caddy. Here's the PCMCIA slot. Mini firewire here. Headphone jack, microphone in. SD card reader. Venting, because it is quite a powerful laptop and therefore produces a bit of heat. Here is some more venting. TV out. 100 megabit Ethernet provided by a Broadcom chip. Modem. 4 USB 2.0 ports. DVI. VGA. Power input is right here. More vents there. And then the left hand side of the laptop. More venting here. 2 more USB ports for a total of 6 USB 2.0 ports on this laptop. And of course a DVD burner. And it's in pretty good condition. You can see some wear marks here. I can see them on the camera quite clearly. And that's pretty much all the wear you can really detect on this thing. I mean, well, and the keyboard is slightly worn, but the screen or the display is still in very good condition. The touchpad is in good condition. As a matter of fact, let's open her up. And I'm in the image again. There you can see my ghetto camera setup. Anyway, as you can see, it has a very nice silver finish. No wear on the palm rest. Not much, at least. Very little. Got a speaker here, a speaker there, and of course two in the front for a total of 4. This thing has great speakers. Really sound quite good for a laptop. Keyboard is typical Dell. It's absolutely garbage. The only keyboards so far from Dell that I really liked were the ones on the Latitude E series, and especially the older ones like the 6400 to 6410, because they used that older style keyboard that actually felt quite tactile. This one sounds nice, but no, the feeling is not all that great. I haven't typed on it much, but you know, it just doesn't compare to the classes of keyboards that we're used to today, especially not compared to a ThinkPad or anything. But then again, this is an Inspiron, not a Latitude, so I guess that's to be expected. As you can see here, it says Inspiron 9300. Indicator lights here, power button. I would power it up for you just to take a look at it. The battery is alive. It's a non-legit model and it's not even picked up by the BIOS or Windows, but it does work. So for safety, I'm just going to plug it in because I don't know how long it lasts. I think it's about 15 to 30 minutes tops, which would be sufficient for this video, but ah, Christ. Come here, you bugger. When power plugs don't cooperate. That's all I'm going to say here. Right, there you go. Hey guys. Just fire her up. Oh Christ. Let's get into the BIOS first. See if you can up the brightness a bit. There we go. I don't know if you can read that, but you know what? Let me just pick up the camera real quick. Inspiron 9300 BIOS is from 2005. This is the last one that it has. As one of the most top-end Pentium M processors, this is the Pentium M770. It runs at 2.13 GHz. 2 megs of cache. Quite a zippy little processor. Supports all of the latest technology from the time, which is not a whole lot, but this thing will run Windows 8 and 10. 2 gigs of RAM installed. I got it with 1.5. 80 gig hard drive. I got it with a 100 gig Fujitsu that was sounding a little bit sketchy. So I decided to throw in the 80 gig Seagate that I had laying around. It had next to no hours on it, and it's quite a bit faster. GeForce 6800 Go graphics, quite powerful graphics, 256 megs, 1920-1200 panel, very high resolution, very nice. As you can see, no battery installed, but the battery does work. Let me demonstrate. I'll just pull the plug right now. See, it does hold a charge. So it works perfectly fine. Date and everything is correct. Not much else to see here. It no longer qualifies for being a Centrino though, because I pulled the wireless card. There we go. I had to pull the wireless card because, quite frankly, it was not supported on the Windows 10, and actually, when I got it, it ran Windows 7. I reinstalled Windows 7, hacktivated it, so to speak. In other words, I cracked it. Then I did use the Microsoft Tech Bench to upgrade it directly to Windows 10. Everything went fine. It activated as genuine. I can do everything on Windows 10, update and all that good stuff. So that was great. And it ran okay-ish, but I just wanted to test a little more different operating systems. And the graphics were a bit tricky to get to work on this laptop, because the 6800 Go, it was not really all that mainstream back in the day, and NVIDIA does not offer drivers for it directly on their website. So you have to get modified drivers for it. Which I did, but yeah, Windows Vista actually was the only operating system that I tested on this thing so far that would actually recognize the video driver out of the box. Updated it nevertheless to a 2010 driver. But yeah. This is Windows Vista Home Basic, Surspec 2, 32-bit. Had an ISO for that laying around. Believe it or not, the system scores a 4.0 in the most pointless benchmark in the world. Windows Experience Index. Pretty much the rating system in Vista was based on, if it scores a 3.0 or higher, it's considered fully Vista Premium ready. This thing does. Scores a 4.0. Weakest part is the CPU, which is to be expected. It's only a single core after all. But from what I can tell, Windows Vista runs beautifully on this machine. So did Windows XP for that matter, but see, that came up pretty quickly. Haven't set up my Firefox Sync account yet, so I'll have to type it slowly. Oh, right. You know what? Let's just connect it to Wi-Fi real quick. I forgot I did all the preparation on this thing through Ethernet. Because if you got the cables, why not use them, right? Let's see here. That's my work. Connecting. A random shitty, really bad for security passphrase. I should know better, but I just don't care. Anyway, let's open up YouTube. There we go. Came up fairly quickly. Of course, this thing will not do HD video. This is pretty much comparable to one of the more top-end Pentium 4 CPUs. I mean, still, despite the high resolution of the display, it's very usable. But yeah, I will make an upcoming video of this thing running Windows 10 again. And I will also go through the process of how to set it up on this Inspiron 9300. So if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. I will. That project is definitely on my list. That's what happens when your brain is one sentence ahead of what you're actually saying. But yeah, that is the Dell Inspiron 9300, 17-inch behemoth of a laptop, in absolutely great working condition. I gotta admit, this happens a little bit too often, but yeah, see? I'll try to edit that out anyway. This was my video on my Inspiron 9300.